Hey everyone, welcome to your practice. This is a mid-length, so somewhere between 20 and 40 minutes mid-spice class. We're gonna find some movement, but nothing is gonna be too strenuous or no really high intensity poses. So it should feel pretty good. It'll be a little bit of funky movement, but everything is really grounded. So if you want to have any props to bring you and the ground closer together, highly recommended. And if you want to kind of just set your space up for something that feels really nice and connecting and grounding for you, do that now. Let yourself take in this space around you. So feel this sense of place. Place is really important. So this place where you're practicing is really important. The place where you live your life and sleep at night and work your job is really important. And the place where you live in your body is really important. So how can you be here and how can you honor that for the next 30 minutes or so? We're gonna get started in a child's pose. Bring your knees out wide and your big toes to touch in the center. Sit your hips back onto your heels and walk your hands forward. Rest your forehead down onto the mat. And right away you can find stillness, or you can kind of rock side to side, find some swaying movements. And pay attention, what's touching the mat or the ground? How much contact can you make with the earth underneath you? And let this help foster a sense of feeling supported, feeling held up. Take some deep breaths into the back body, the back of the rib cage, down into the hips and the pelvic floor. And then your exhales are just gentle releases, not forcing anything, just letting yourself become a little bit heavier, denser. Big breath into the back body. Exhale is a gentle release. Soften your jaw and your brow, any tension that you're holding. One more. Option to stay here as long as you need. If you're ready, slide your hands underneath your shoulders. Lift up into a tabletop pose, stacking shoulders over wrists and hips over knees. And kind of paw into the ground with your hands in your shins. Again, feeling really supported underneath you. So when we feel grounded, we're able to kind of extend and find some freedom from there. So once you feel yourself in this pose, start to take some big hip circles in a clockwise direction. And they can be big or they can be small, whatever you want to do. Sit your hips back, roll them over to the left, dip them forward, and then slide back to the right. One more in this direction. Let it be a little warm up for your wrists as well. We're not going to do a lot on the wrist today, but it's just still nice. And then we're going to go in a counterclockwise direction. Again, kind of leading with the hips, but letting the whole body get involved in whatever way feels good for you right now. One more circle. And as you're ready, no rush, but meet me in a tabletop pose. Tuck your toes, and we'll move through some rounds of cat-cow. On your next inhale, drop your belly, lift your tailbone up, and pull your heart forward as you lift your chin. Exhale, tuck your chin, round to the back body as you push the ground away and curl your tailbone down and in. Inhale to open the front body, move into cow pose. Fluidly with your breath, exhale, tuck your chin, press into cat pose as you round. If I didn't say this before, please feel free to close your eyes at any point during this practice, letting yourself feel particularly what your body is asking for today. 2 more rounds. Inhale to open up the front body. Exhale, curl in. Last breath. Good. Find me in center in your tabletop pose. We're going to move through a bird dog. Ground down through your left knee and your right hand. Extend your right heel back and long. And if you feel nice and stable here, like if you had a glass of water on your back and you wouldn't let it spill, that feels okay. Stretch your left fingertips forward. Hug everything in towards the center line. Stay strong and steady. Inhale. Find a little bit of length. And exhale, swing your right leg over to the left on the outside of the mat. And then walk your hands over to the left as well. So stretch for the left glute. Also stretch for the right side body. Bend your left elbow and lower it down to the ground if you'd like. One more inhale here. Exhale, walk your hands back to the front of the mat. Step your right foot on the outside of your right hand and your left foot on the outside of your left hand. Malasana yogi squat. Great place for setting a prop underneath your sit bones. And from here, let your left fingertips land on the mat. Inhale, sweep your right arm open to the sky, find a twist. Exhale through center. Right fingertips land. Inhale, twist open to the left. Exhale back through center. Keep everything where it is except for your left foot. Step it to the back of the mat. Keep your left knee high. So we're in a lizard lunge. High lizard because the back knee is lifted. As you inhale, stretch your heart forward. Find some length along the front of the chest. As you exhale, push down into your left hand. Place your right hand on your right knee and find a twist to the right. Press up through the back of the left thigh and revolve your body around your spine. Breathe in here. Exhale, lower your back knee. Option to stay here or to bend the knee, curling your left heel into your glute, and then reaching right hand back for low lizard twists with the bind. Open up across the front of your collarbones. Breathe into your back and let your hips sink a little heavier. One more breath in. Exhale, gently release the bind if you have it. Keep your right leg where it is. Pivot your left toes underneath your pelvis as you turn your body to the left, finding a sage pose. So we're sitting hips down onto left heel. Right knee is kind of pointing towards the front of the mat. You should be somewhere in the middle of your mat. If you're not, just scoot there now. And then we're going to move back and forth from our sage posture into a modified side plank. And I want you to keep as much contact with the ground as you can. So really walking your hands to the back of the mat. Plant your left hand down. Straighten your right leg and stretch your right fingertips to the back of the mat. So nice side body stretch here. Inhale. Exhale, re-bend into your right knee. Sit your hips down onto your left heel and move into sage pose. 2 more times. Walk your hands to the back of the mat. Inhale, modified side plank. Exhale, bend your right knee. Sit your hips down. Walk your hands along the earth the whole time. Last time, inhale to stretch into your modified side plank. You can find a nice arc through the right side body. And exhale, sit your hips down onto your left heel. And from here, a couple rounds of cat-cow. Fingertips are planted in front of you for supports. It's not going to be a huge motion here, but just kind of a tucking and opening of your pelvis and your spine. I like to inhale to open. Exhale to push my fingertips forward and round. 2 more. Last inhale. Exhale, fold. Walk your hands even further forward. Great place for a prop underneath your forearms if you'd like. And let your head hang heavy. Just 2 breaths here. Hands frame your front foot at the top of the mat. Extend your left leg long again, tuck your toes, and then step back into downward facing dog. First down dog of practice, so pedal at your feet, walking, dropping one heel down and then the other. You can also paw through the hands as well. I want you to feel, again, supported. Where's your body connected? And how can you let that contact, that firm support, kind of lift you up in other places? Bend your knees as much as you need to curl your sit bones up towards the sky. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Drop your knees to the mat. Child's pose, sit your hips back to your heels. Inhale, roll forward through a round spine, past your tabletop pose. Drop your hips all the way down towards the mat. As you unfurl into cobra, press down through your hands. Lift your heart up and forward. Elbows are bent as much as you'd like. Back body is active. Good. Push through your hands. Come to tabletop. Other side, plant down through your left knee and your right hand. Tuck your left toes for more support if you'd like. And then extend left fingertips forward, right heel back. Bird dog pose. Couple breaths to grow long through your limbs. And then to grow really kind of compact and sturdy through the center line. Did we already do this side? I think we did. We're gonna do the other side. So extend your left heel long and your right fingertips forward. Stay here for a few breaths. Good, and then swing your left heel, your left toes on the outside of the mat to the right. Walk your hands to the right as well. So we're stretching into the right glute and the left side body. Feel free to bend into your right elbow and lower it down to the ground if you'd like. Send your breath throughout your whole body. Noticing any areas that might feel different in this posture that you might not do very often. One more breath in. Good. Exhale, walk your hands forward. Step your left foot to the outside of your left hand and your right foot to the outside of the right hand. Malasana yogi squat. Sit your hips low. Reach your chest forward. Your heels can be lifted off the mat too if that's more comfortable. Good. Right fingertips plant. Inhale, twist open to the left. Exhale through center. Inhale, twist open to the right. Exhale, back through center. Keep everything where it is, except shift your weight forward. Step your right foot back. High lizard lunge, so back knee remains lifted. Think about reaching your heart forward. And then ground down through your right palm as you place your left hand on your left knee. Twist open to the left. One more breath in. Exhale, lower your back knee down. Option to stay here or to curl your heel towards your glute and reach back with your left hand for the right foot. Twisted lizard lunge. Let that grounding down through the right hand find some lift through the whole upper body and twist open a little bit more to the left. One more breath in. Exhale, release the bind. Sage pose on the other side. So we're gonna pivot our right toes underneath our body, turn our body to the right, and sit our hips down onto our right heel. Good. Oscillating here between this and modified side plank. Walk your hands towards the back of the mat, straighten your left leg, and sweep your left fingertips to the back of your space. Side body stretch. As you exhale, rebend into your left knee, point your toes to the front of the mat. Walk your hands as you sit your hips to your right heel. Inhale, modified side plank, right hand plants, left leg straightens, left fingertips reach. And exhale, left knee bends, walk your hands back underneath your body. One more with your own breath. Good. This time, all 10 fingertips in front of you for a little bit of support. Couple gentle rounds of cat-cow, mostly moving through the pelvis here, a little bit through the spine. Inhale to open up. Exhale to curl. Close your eyes, explore your body with your breath. One more inhale. And exhale, fold forward, walk your hands a little bit more in front of you. Let your head hang heavy. Again, props are welcome anytime, any place. Gaze to the front of the mat. Walk your hands forward. Tuck your right toes behind you and step back, downward facing dog. Inhale here. Exhale, child's pose. Lower your knees to the mat, sit your hips back to your heels. Roll forward, round through the back body. Inhale. Exhale, lower your thighs to the mat. Bend your elbows as much as you'd like. Inhale, cobra pose. Threading your heart forward and through. Exhale, tuck your chin. Come back to tabletop pose. Good. We're going to switch it up a little bit. Moving through some familiar movements, a little bit of addition. Okay, ground down through left knee and right hand. Inhale, bird dog, left hand forward, right heel back. Side stretch, left or right foot out to the left side of the mat. Bend your left elbow and reach your right hand to the left corner of the mat. Good, come back through center. Plant both hands and then feet on the outside of the hands, Malasana. Breathe in here, find some length through your spine. And exhale, come to stand. Tadasana, mountain pose. Find some hip movement here, just kind of swaying side to side. Feeling out your standing posture for today or for right now. You can place your hands on your hips. You can do hula motions. You can just do swaying and rocking. Good, ground down into your left foot. Find tree pose, Vrikshasana. So sole of the right foot comes somewhere along the inner seam of the left leg or down onto the ground like this for like a kickstand. Can come to your calf, can come to your inner thigh. And you can use your hands to get you wherever you want to be. Push your sole of your foot and your inner thigh together. Open your right knee out to the right and lift up through the crown of the head. Left foot is solid. Weight is shifting, micro movements from the pinky to the big toe to the heel. Let it happen. If you fall out of it, come back into it. And then we're going to take some back strokes. Right arm swims back and then left arm swims back. Let yourself sway, but also be really steady and grounded. Good. On your next inhale, right knee to chest, both arms high. Exhale, standing curtsy. Swing that right leg back behind you. Bend into your left knee. Reach up through your hands. Left hand grabs onto right wrist and then side stretch over to the left. Take an extra breath in through your right lung. Extra exhale, deepen your side stretch. Good, inhale, stork pose, right knee to chest, arms high. Exhale, circle your right knee all the way to the back of the mat. Take a giant step back, landing in your goddess pose. I'm gonna turn to face the camera. So toes are out, heels are in. Place your hands on your thighs. Take a little rock side to side, or hands at heart center, really sinking low into the hips. Breathing through, feeling your legs really solid here, solid and strong. Good, one more inhale. One more exhale. Inhale, star pose, straighten your legs, reach both your arms high. And then we're gonna take a triangle, Trikonasana to the back of the mat. So turn your right toes to the back of your space. Right hand comes down onto a block or onto your right shin. Left arm sweeps up to the sky. Stay long through your right side waist. So kind of shimmy your hips back as needed. Gaze can follow your left thumb. And you could stretch your left fingertips to the top of the mat too. Or I guess the back of the mat. One more breath in. Exhale, turn your chest to the back of the mat. Frame your right foot with both hands. Pigeon pose. So you might heel toe your right foot over to the left. Bend your right knee and then lower down into pigeon. This is a great spot for a prop underneath the right hip or kind of underneath the forearms. Take a breath to tuck your left toes and square your hips. Lift your chest up. And you can stay here. You can stay kind of in this lifted, active one, or exhale, fold. And lower down onto your elbows or to your forehead. Just a breath or two this round. We're going to visit this shape one more time. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale lifts you up. Plant your hands. Step your right foot back, downward facing dog. Inhale here. All 4 points of contact. Exhale, child's pose. Knees ground, hips to heels. Inhale, roll forward through your tabletop. And exhale, thighs plant down to the mat. Cobra pose on your in-breath. Uncurl, unfurl. Exhale, tuck your chin. Tabletop pose. Good, bird dog. Right hand forward, left hand back. Sweep your left foot to the right side of the mat. Lower down onto your right elbow and stretch your left hand to the corner of the mat. We're facing the back of the mat now, by the way. Good. Come back through center. Plant your hands and then step your feet to the outside. Malasana, yogi squat. Inhale, drop your hips, lift your heart. Maybe your palms touch in center. And exhale, ground down through your feet, come to stand. Just a couple moments of your free movement here. Shifting, swaying, rolling your hips. And then as you're ready, right foot stays planted. Left foot comes into tree pose, Vrikshasana. So anywhere, left sole of the foot to the right inner thigh or calf or onto the ground. And then press everything in towards center. Let that help you feel like a pillar here. Left knee opens out to the side. You can stay here or you can add those back strokes with your arms. Letting yourself sway, letting yourself lose your balance a little bit, and then come back into it. Good, one more. Next, inhale, stork pose. Left knee high up into your chest, arms stretched as well. Exhale, curtsy pose. Step your left foot back behind your right, bend into your right knee. Inhale, find some length through your arms. And then exhale, side stretch to the right. Right hand holds onto left wrist. Inhale, fan out through your left rib cage. And exhale, deepen your side stretch. Good, inhale, stork pose again, left knee to chest. And exhale, take a giant step out into your goddess pose. Knees wide, hands to heart, or hands onto thighs. One more inhale. One more exhale. Good, inhale, star pose. Straighten your legs, turn your toes to face the wide edge of the mat, and reach your arms up. I'm doing a lot of turning. Exhale, Trikonasana triangle pose. To the front of the mat this time, so left toes are leading the way. Left hand finds its way to the shin or onto a block. And then stretch your right arm up to the sky. Send your left hip crease back so you can feel a little bit of length through the left side waist here. Option to gaze up to your right thumb or to stretch your right fingertips to the top of the mat. One more inhale. Exhale, plant your hands to the top of the mat. Heel toe your left foot over to the right. Find your pigeon pose. Take a moment to set up. Tuck your right toes. Square your hips forward. Lift up through your heart. And exhale, fold. Just 2 breaths here. Plant your hands. Tuck your right toes, step your left foot back, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale. Exhale, child's pose, drop your knees, sink your hips. This time, inhale, roll all the way forward into your cobra pose. All the way back into your downward facing dog. Tuck your toes, glide your hips back. 2 more like that. Inhale here. Exhale, child's pose. Drop your knees, sink your hips. Ripple and roll forward to your cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Once more with your own breath sequencing. Let it feel good. Let yourself find a little bit of flow and fluidity. Meet in down dog. Take a breath in. Take a breath out, tabletop pose. We're going to move through both of those kind of sequences just a little bit faster, 1 breath per movement. Find what you want to find along the way. If you want to explore here or there or do something totally different, that's great. From tabletop, bird dog, left hand forward, right heel back, breathe in. Exhale, swing your right foot to the left, lower the left elbow and stretch your right hand to the corner of the mat. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, Malasana, step your right foot forward and then line your left. Sink your hips low. Inhale, right hand high. Twist open. Exhale through center. Inhale, twist open to the left. Exhale through center. Inhale, Tadasana, stand. Exhale, ground your weight into your left foot. Tree pose, Vrikshasana, right foot on the inside of your left leg somewhere. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, stork pose, right knee to chest, arms high. Exhale, standing curtsy. Bend into your left leg as you sweep your right leg out and behind you. Inhale for some length. And then exhale, side stretch over to the left. Inhale, stork pose, right knee to chest, arms high. Exhale, goddess. Circle the right knee out. Take a giant step and sink low into your hips. Star pose, inhale, stretch long through all 4 limbs. Exhale, Trikonasana, triangle pose. Right hand on the inside of your right shin, left fingertips high. Good, high lizard lunge. Right knee bends, hands on the inside of your right foot. And back knee is lifted. Exhale to twist, right hand onto your right knee. Curl your heart up to the sky. Press up through your left hamstring. Option to drop the back foot and curl your heel into your glute. Inhale, circle your right hand all the way back to hold onto the foot and find the bind. Breathe in. And breathe out, sage pose. Left toes pivot underneath your body. Sink your hip down to your left heel. Inhale, modified side plank. Left hand stretches to the top of the mat. Right leg straightens. Right arm reaches overhead. And exhale, sage pose. Sit your hips down onto your left hip. From here, plant your hands to frame your right foot. Tuck your left toes behind you. Downward facing dog. Inhale here. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, roll forward into your cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. 2 more rounds of your vinyasa with your breath. This is just an option of what you can do. If something else feels better, go for that. One more cycle through, wash it out, wash it through. Exhale, downward facing dog. Meet me there when you're ready. Pause the video if you need. And then lower your knees to the mat. Tabletop pose. Moving into our bird dog. Right hand reaches forward, left heel back. And then side stretch, left toes out to the right. Lower your right elbow and stretch your left hand long in front of you. Good. Inhale back through center. Exhale, Malasana. Left foot to outside left hand. Right foot forward as well. Inhale, twist open to the left. Exhale through center. Inhale, twist open to the right. Exhale through center. Tadasana, rise. Ground your weight into your right foot. And breathe in, tree pose. Left foot on the inside of your right leg. Stay grounded down through all points of contact on that right foot. Take an extra breath in here. And extra breath out. Stork pose, left knee to chest, arms reach high. And exhale, standing curtsy, bend into your right knee, side stretch over to the right. Stork pose again, left knee high. Circle the left knee all the way to the front of the mat. Goddess pose, sink your hips down low. Hands to heart center. Inhale, star. Reach long through your hands, straighten your knees. Trikonasana triangle pose. Turn to the top of the mat. Left hand on the left shin. Right fingertips high. Breathe in. Breathe out. We have our high lizard lunge. Hands on the inside of your left foot. Step your right foot back. Keep the back knee lifted. Inhale to pull your chest forward. And then exhale, twist. Left hand to left knee. Peer up at the sky. Option to drop the back knee. Inhale, backstroke your left hand into your right foot as you bend your right knee. Take one breath here. And exhale, sage pose. Kickstand your right toes underneath you. Sit your hips down onto your right heel. Modified side plank, right hand to the back of the mat, straighten your left leg. Big side body stretch. And exhale, sage pose. Good, hands to the top of the mat, frame your left foot, tuck your right toes, downward facing dog. Inhale here. Exhale, bend your knees, find your child's pose, sink your hips back. Inhale, roll forward all the way into your cobra shape, your heart opener. And exhale, down dog. 2 more rounds, let it feel fluid and good in your body. Moving through your vinyasa. Breath to movement, not rushing anything, letting yourself feel all the little micro movements, all the little transitions, all the points of contact that you have with your body here and now. Last one, cycle through. And as you're ready, eventually meet in downward facing dog. Good. Step your right foot forward, find a pigeon pose. So right knee towards right wrist, left ankle towards left wrist. Again, build the ground up to you. Let this feel restorative. Let it feel like something you can kind of sink into. So I like to put a cushion underneath my right hip. You can do whatever you want. Inhale for length first, kind of find that squaring of the hips. And then exhale, fold, release down. We're staying here a little bit longer this time. And let yourself become heavy. We're starting to slow down. Breathe into the right hip, into the back body, into the pelvic floor. Next exhale, let it go. Open up your jaw, sigh. Let your bones really rest heavy for one more breath. Good. Stay longer if you'd like. Otherwise, plant your hands, tuck your left toe, step back, down dog. And then switch it out, left shin to the front of the mat. You can have whatever angle of the left knee you want. The more of a right angle or perpendicular that shin is, the greater stretch you're going to feel in your hip. So do what you need to do. Inhale first. And then exhale, release down. Notice where you're holding any tension that you could let go of. Inhale to fill up. Exhale, drop your bones, give it a sigh. And then whatever gentle way you want to, we're gonna come into a bear sit. So sitting onto your hips, bring your feet out hip width distance, knees are pointing up to the sky. We're just gonna take a little drop of the knees to the right and then over to the left. This is also called shin box. Drop your knees to the right and then over to the left. You can of course use your hands to help you get there as well. Over to the right, over to the left, windshield wipering the knees. Next time you come over to the right, let them stay here, kind of in this 90-degree angle, and then find a twist to the right. So right fingertips are planted out from the right hip, and left hand comes onto left knee. 3 breaths. Good. Switch it out. Knees drop over to the left. Left fingertips plant out from the left hip, and then twist open to the left as your right hand comes onto your knee. Come back through center. Final posture of class, your choice. I'm going to suggest a child's pose, just how we started. But if anything else is calling your name, or if you want to take any wiggles or movements along the way to get there, please do. You're welcome to do that. Eventually setting into your final posture. This can also be really nice with a bolster in between your legs and kind of resting your chin and your chest down. Feels so nice with a prop. So if you have one, definitely add it. Nothing to do, nothing to think about. Let your body feel supported and grounded and here and rooted in this place, just for about 10 breaths. If you're resting one cheek, you can switch sides. If you want to take any audible exhales or inhales or breathing in general, let yourself move something through here. Release for one more breath. If you'd like to stay longer, please do. Let yourself rest if you have a few moments. If you're ready, you can keep your eyes closed if they are and just come into a comfortable seat of some sort. Place your hands somewhere along your body, roll your shoulders back. Take an inhale, lift up through the crown of the head, fill up your body with breath. Exhale, hands can come to heart center or to third eye. Take a little bow. You can start to blink your eyes open and again, take in that concept of space and of place and of rootedness and of being here. You can be here in your body when you're here on your mat in your yoga practice. It's the best place to practice it, and then try to take that out with you as you go into your life, into your family and your job. Know that you can always come back to yourself, to your body, to your breath, even if it's just literally taking one breath throughout your day. So I hope you enjoy practicing here and getting to know yourself and your body on this mat. And I hope you're seeing benefit in your life as well. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you next time.